One book July time, one book July time. I'm going to try and keep this video short. Who am I kidding, right? I'm going to try and keep it short. So, hello everybody who's here, hello everybody who comes in, and hello everybody who's watching it later because you didn't catch it live. Sorry if I'm not quite looking at the camera. I'm using the camera on my computer, which is a little bit out of my line of sight. Okay. One book July, lots of people in that we know, lots of regulars. Hi everyone, nice to see you all again. I will be doing a Q&A at the end of the video, so if you can hold questions until then, that would be great. But feel free to talk amongst yourselves in the meantime. I will let you know when you can ask questions if your specific thing hasn't been looked at. Yes, I'm blue! Back to the pixie, because bobs. I mean, really, who needs a bob? Anyway. Coffee. Okay. One Book July 2018 kicks off next weekend. I was going to put up a video the beginning of this week. I was all organised. I was ready. I lost my internet and I just got it back this morning, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it live. It'll be quicker, it'll be easier. We'll do it that way. So I apologise that you haven't had One Book July stuff earlier, but yeah, you know, internet happens. So, like I say, first I'm going to do a quick recap, try and keep it quick, of One Book July, what it is, what it does, etc, etc. Then I'm going to do an introduction to version 4. Woo! And then I've got some fun news for you. So stay tuned. First of all, what is One Book July? We are on our 5th year now of One Book July. One Book July is a back to basics planner and journal challenge. Now, don't let the name fool you. One Book July does not literally mean you can only use one book in the whole of July for absolutely everything. You can if you want. It's up to you. If you... Sorry, I just got a strange message on YouTube. That was weird. I'm going to hide chat for a second because it's a tiny bit distracting. If you've been with us before, you'll know version 1 for the first 2 years was simple. One book, one pen, 1 month. That was the premise. There are no rules. You make your own rules. It's just a guide to get you back to looking at the basis of your system. Myself, Carrie Harling and MISSVICKYBEE have been doing this for the last 4 years, and it's really just to make you stop with all the frou-frou and the, oh, I need to find planner piece, and get down to the system of planning. If you are a pretty planner, and I have nothing against pretty planners, I'm just not one of them. If you are a pretty planner who keeps a planner just for the sake of doing a pretty thing to your very boring lists, totally fine. Go for it. That's great. This is aimed at people who have lots of planning to do, and all the fun, fancy, pretty stuff is either a little bit unnerving, a little bit intimidating, or is just getting in the way of you actually getting stuff done. Okay? It's an opportunity for 1 month, hopefully in the holidays, because I think most people are on or coming up to school holidays and their schedules get a little bit easier. It's an opportunity for you to 1 month say, you know what, I've always fancied trying bullet journaling, maybe I'll give it a go. It's 31 days, how bad can it be? You can always run it alongside your existing system if you want to. You can keep, like if you're working, like Vicky has like 3 different jobs. She has a planner for everything, but she still does One Book July. but she keeps her tuition planner because she has to have all that information. She doesn't mess around with that system. It works. It's completely separate. Everything else becomes One Book July. If that's what you need to do, do it. Like I say, no rules. You do what works for you. If one book means a traveller's notebook with 8 different inserts, well, get a big bag, is all I can say. If, on the other hand, you want to try a field notes for a month just to see how it goes, do it. In 2015, 2016 and 2017, we introduced 3 versions. Version 2, 3 and 4. Sorry, 2016 and 2017. I'm getting confused now. There's so many versions. Version 2 was one project, one book, 1 month. This was to give those who'd already done the One Book July, or who in the first 2 years said, well, I'm already doing everything in one book. How is this any different? I'm happy with my system. It works. It gave everybody an opportunity to do something different and say, okay, I've got a project that needs doing. You know, at the time, I think a lot of people were doing Marie Kondo, so it was a good time to do a big project for everybody. Then we did Go Big or Go Home, where the challenge was to try, you know, if you wanted to try a big planner, try a big planner. If you wanted to tackle something, a whole complete different way of doing things, really big, you could do that too. Big was whatever you wanted it to be. This year we have a new challenge, and of course if you want to do any of the previous challenges, you're welcome to do that. We now have a dedicated YouTube channel. We'll all be doing our own videos on our own channels, but a dedicated YouTube channel with all previous playlists for all previous years, plus the introduction videos. You can find that down below in the video. Links down here are the links to our Facebook group, our YouTube channel, and all of our individual links to myself, Carrie Harling, MISSVICKYBEE, and something else, which I'll tell you about in a minute. This year's challenge, version 4. 4. We are trying something that I've seen a lot of people mention, a lot of people consider, but nobody's really taken the plunge. So I thought, well, let's do that for One Book July. Let's get digital. Digital. Now, before you all have a panic attack and going, no, you're not having my planner. We're not throwing everything paper out the window and doing everything digital. Let me explain. The idea is to try digital if you have been considering it, interested in it, if you feel there is a space in your planning that's not quite working, try digital with it. You don't have to swap all out. You can if you want to. If you want to try a digital planner for a month, do it. Great fun. Have fun. If you want to just try, oh, well, I've got a new smartphone and I know how to use it now, so maybe I'll try using calendar appointments with reminders and stuff like that. Maybe I'll try a to-do list. Maybe I'll try a task list. Or anything like that. Just something that you've thought about trying, or if you want to go the whole hog all in, that's great. Let me tell you what we're all doing. And this ties into the extra announcement. I'm so excited. It's very silly. I need more coffee. As if I look like I need more coffee. This is why we're called the Coffee Addicts. Note the banner. Oh, the banner. First we do the coffee, then we do the things. See? That's one of Carrie's phrases, that is. So, we will be catering this year to different levels because everybody's digital abilities are different. Everybody's digital ideas are different. Everybody's want for, oh, do I want to try digital or not, is different. So we've catered for that. On the, you can have my analogue when you pry it from my cold dead fingers, but I kind of do like using my smartphone end. We've got Carrie Harling. So if that's you and you're interested in maybe tracking projects or just tracking stuff instead of, you know, perhaps if your bullet journal is getting full up with mood tracking or health tracking or whatever, Go and check her out. All our links are below, okay? Go follow Carrie. She's going to be doing... I do everything, absolutely everything on paper, but I also like my phone, and sometimes I just want to take my phone with me. So here's how I do that. And here's how I keep the stuff with me. If you are in a position where you really want to get digital, but you've got no clue where to start, or like a lot of people lately, and I'm so jealous, have all got iPad Pros. There must have been a run on iPad Pro promotions, because so many people have said, oh, I've just got an iPad Pro, I don't know what to do with it. I'm so jealous, I want one. Do you think I get sponsorship from Apple? No, I don't either. Anyway, if you are in that boat and you've got an iPad Pro and you think, you know what, I've got the pencil, I've got a few different things, I want to try it. Go follow Miss Vicky Bee. Miss Vicky Bee, literally 6 weeks ago, inherited a new to her iPad Pro from a family member, and she's been trying it out, and she's going to be concentrating on, I wish I'd known this 6 weeks ago. So all the pitfalls that you could fall into as a noob, all the little things like, what on earth do I start with? You know, what am I going to do? All of that, absolutely new to digital, but you want to give it a go and you do want to try it, go follow Vicky, okay? She has an iPad Pro. I believe you can use GoodNotes on an iPad as well, but you can't use the pencil. Whether that will put people off or not using an iPad Pro or whatever, I don't know. I don't have an iPad Pro. I'm still on a Galaxy Note from 2013. But I'll be trying it as well anyway. For my part, now in a former life, in another life, I was a computer teacher. And one of the things I used to do was teaching people how to use digital for planning and organising, because I used to work with teenagers with special needs and adults with special needs who needed reminders for stuff, or needed to track homework, or needed, you know, various different things like Google Translate or whatever. And I used to teach that. And I also used to teach teachers how to use various different digital stuff to do things with a class more easily. So I really don't want to do that anymore. That life is way behind me. I am going to be doing some digital planning. I've done it before. I've been doing it for a little while. I've tried it on and off. I've never really committed to it. So in July, I think I'm going to commit to it and see how we go. I am going to be keeping up with just my very simple bullet journal. You've all seen my bullet journal before. It's just lists. But purely because my iPad, I wish, my Galaxy Note, it's on its last legs, okay? It's had a few times where it's hit that Android bug where it switches itself off and doesn't come back on for 2 days. I don't want to get to the point where, well, I've tried doing digital, but everything's crashed. So I'm going to be running 2 systems. But for me, that's neither here nor there. I work from home. It's not a big deal. It's just a case of duplicating. It's not going to be redundant because literally I plan to just take photos of my literal planner and keep it on my phone so that I've got both available. That's all. But I thought it would be fun, since a lot of people have done the planner stuff or are doing the planner stuff and they're like, but I don't want to do plannering again. Notice that we have adapted it slightly to say planner and journal challenge. That's right, I'm going to be keeping a digital journal this month. Now, I am also going to be keeping my sketchbook, which I do anyway, but it is mostly a sketchbook. But I thought it would be fun to try some digital journaling, you know, bit of scrapbooking, bit of journaling, bit of sketchbooking, throw it all in a digital file. What are the pitfalls there? What's the pros and cons? I've never done it, so I thought that would be a fun challenge for me, and those of you who want to join me can come along. Now, you'll notice in this little analog digital hybrid with Carrie, total noobs with Vicky, and sod the planning, let's do journaling with me, we have a big gap. And that big gap, well, it's not a big gap, it's a little gap. Some of you will know her as PoochieBeebee if you are crafty, crafty, scrappy crochet types. She's quite well known amongst art journalists as PoochieBeebee. But for planners, you will know her as Mimi Gaynor. She runs Everyday Awesome TV and she is the digital planner. She's fantastic. Not because she knows everything there is to know about digital planning, but because she not only uses iPad Pro with a pencil, with up-to-date stuff, she also creates digital planners in her Etsy shop, links below, etc. She also has a very, very well-informed and well-kept-up YouTube channel all about digital planning. Again, links below. Go follow her. And she also has done, in the past, quite a lot of digital tech stuff. She is a techie. She knows what she's talking about. She uses phones. She uses Samsungs, she uses iPhones, she uses other brands. She's used, I know she started on the same tablet that I've got, the Galaxy Note 10.1 original. Then she upgraded to the second one. Then she upgraded to an iPad and now she's got an iPad Pro. And she uses digital, the Apple Pencil and everything. So she has done everything right the way through from absolute basics that Carrie's doing of keeping, you know, tracks and task lists right the way through to I am only a digital planner now. And at the same time, she understands analog planning because she keeps an analog planner as well. So she's perfect to join the team this year. And hopefully she'll be staying with the team because I think going forward, it would be nice to have a digital option for the planner. Mimi's been doing the challenge since year one. She's always put YouTube videos up. She's always been very enthusiastic. She's always joined in. She's a really great active member of the community. So she's perfect to join us and get some digital stuff going. So if you are quite techie or you really want to get in there and try it out, or if you've got one of Mimi's planners but you're struggling with it a little bit, go follow her. She's going to be doing a whole series of videos throughout July to go through that. Okay, so quick recap. One Book July, you can do any of the previous versions. If you just want to do One Book July, the original, one pen, one book, 1 month, you can. There's nothing stopping you. If you want to try this year's version, it is Let's Get Digital. We're going to try digital planning and journaling to whatever extent you want, okay? If you want to just dabble in a few little bits, see if perhaps digital tracking or health tracking, perhaps you're getting healthy for the summer and you want to track your fitness. You know, there's a lot of people who've got iPhones with the health app, which I haven't used it yet. I have no idea how it works. Perhaps you'd like to try something like that. This is the month to do it. It gives you 31 days to try it out. And if it doesn't work, you haven't lost anything. You've just tried it out and see how it works. If you want to jump right in and you're thinking, let's give it a try. I want to try, but I'm new and I don't know where to start. Miss Vicky B is there to hold your hand and say, well, I started doing this. You don't want to do that. And here's why. If you want to get creative, do some digital sketching, do some digital scrapbooking, all that kind of stuff, I'm your girl. That's what I'm going to be doing. Journaling challenge. And of course, if you want to get really digital, go follow Mimi and she will really get into the absolute basics, technical stuff of here's how you do planning in all its various forms on digital stuff. And if she can't help you, nobody can, because she literally has used every platform. Even if you're thinking, oh, well, I don't have any of that fancy stuff, I've just got a computer. Well, she used to use OneNote as a planner, so she can still help you, okay? So that is this year's challenge. I hope some of you, or even all of you, will join us in one of the 4 forms that are now available. Again, if you follow our YouTube channel below, we've got a dedicated YouTube channel, bit.ly.com/OneBookJuly. Okay, that's our YouTube channel. We don't have enough followers yet to have our own URL. But if we can get another 800 of you to go and follow us, we can do that, and then we can have a proper URL. But until then, bit.ly/OneBookJuly, or you can go to our Facebook page /OneBookJuly and click on the blue icon in the top right hand corner where it says watch a video. That will take you to our YouTube site as well. And if you want any of the previous videos, introductions, etc. on what's this project planning thing she said about, there is a dedicated playlist for all of my introductions over the years, for every introduction year, including this one. This one will go up there as well. Okay? I'm now opening for questions. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat over there. I can't see what I'm doing. Everything's backwards. Put them in the chat and put them in capitals. If you have a question, put it in capitals. Everything else, put it in normal typing. But if you want to ask a question, put it in capitals, and I will come back to them in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to scroll back through the chat, say hello to everybody and stuff, because people have been chatting. And then I will get to the questions. If you've got questions, now is the time to ask. Okay? Oh, and one obvious one. This year's hashtag, of course, is #OneBookJuly2018. Put that in your title, your description, your blog post, your hashtags, whatever. Just put that in, and that will work. Okay? If you do a video, it will automatically, or should automatically, add you to the YouTube list. If it doesn't, you can always post your video on the Facebook page and one of us will add it for you. Okay? So let's have a look. Ooh, lots of people I know. Cody, Pacific, Adeline, Susan's, Tracy, Ina, Ronald McDonald. Patty, Catherine, hi. Emily, Luna, Rose, Portia, hi. Yes, the Pixie Cup with the crazy colours is back. It's not as blue as it looks on screen. It does actually look, if you have seen my Bitmoji about, it is actually the exact same blue as my Bitmoji. I'm just a bit blown out here because I've got a window on that side. And even though it's in the shade, I have to have the window open so it's blowing the curtains about. You've been thinking about One Book July since April. Okay, that's a little excessive. I didn't even start thinking about it until after April. You went Pixie too. Yay! Getting hot all the time. Yeah, I'm just lazy. I like my hair to be, I wake up in the morning and I floof it up and that's it. And unless it's dreads, I don't really want to bother with it. TA, your message got removed. I don't know what, that's what caught my eye earlier. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what it does. I don't know anything about that. Maybe you did it yourself. I don't know. Version 4, new team member. Yes, specific. That's right. Hi, BD, Steph. Sorry if I'm missing anybody. Lisa. Look real well rested and happy. What's your secret? Don't give a shit about anything. That's pretty much it, really. There's no sense in worrying. You can't change the past. You can only influence the future. And if you're worrying now, you're influencing the future. So, you know, make now as good as you can and hopefully the future will be better. That's all you can do. There's no sense in worrying about anything. I just don't worry. See? No crazy wrinkle lines or anything. And drink lots of water. And get lots of sleep. But mostly just don't worry about anything. Knit, hi, Mika, hello. Used to do digital journaling and you loved it. Excellent, Cody. Oh yeah, I remember you saying about that actually. Artie, hello. Bev. Oh, lots of people I know. Laura Linz, sorry. Just make now awesome. Exactly. Exactly. Hi, Pearl. I actually saw a quote about this earlier and I can't remember who said it, but it was something along the lines of, I think it was one of the guru type people like Rumi or Gandhi or something like that. But it said, in order to make tomorrow the best it can be, you have to make now the best it can be. Something along those lines. Coming to One Book July late this year, but you'll catch up. Oh, you can start any time, Amanda. Don't worry about late or starting early or whatever. There's some people looking to start now because next week, I think, includes the 1st of July for some people, and they don't like having partial weeks, so some people are starting on Monday. That's fine. Go for it. Do whatever you want. You do like memory keeping digitally for Project Life? Yeah, I've never got into Project Life. I suppose that's something that I might be able to do, that I might be able to look at, because I do have my Galaxy Note has the Samsung scrapbook on it, which literally you put in a photo and you write a few words and you add stickers. Scrapbooking, basically. But I kind of want to get into digital sketchbook journaling type stuff like I normally do in my sketchbooks, because I'm doing a month over on Patreon that's going to be dedicated to digital sketching. A lot of people have been asking for that for a while, and I really want to get into it and show people how I do it so that they can get trying on it. But I will talk about that more next week. I'm going to do a video telling you more about what I'm doing specifically. Are there certain apps that are recommended? We're going to do our own apps recommendations. I have some apps that I use that are actually more, I think more to do with CARIE's area, actually, of simple tracking. But I will give you a list of app recommendations as well. What we'll probably do is put them on our Facebook page. It's not a group. You don't have to be on Facebook to go and look at it or anything like that. It's just going to be a page, and in the notes section we'll probably put a list of apps that, you know, we recommend for different things. Because obviously everybody's got phones at different stages. I've got an old phone. Mine's only on Android 4. But I've got an old iPhone as well. I've got an iPhone 5, which is on the latest software. So I'm a hybrid. Plus I've got a very old... My tablet is still on iPhone 4.0. It's not even on iPhone... on Android 4.1. That's how old it is. I think they're on like Android 9 now or something ridiculous. But 5 was the big update and it didn't even make it that far. So, you know, we'll all be doing our own different app recommendations. I know that for the iPad, Mimi uses GoodNotes for her digital planner that she uses. But obviously she's doing most of the tech stuff, so she will be recommending what she thinks are the best programs. I use Metamoji Note for mine, which works in a similar way, but it's not quite as good as GoodNote. But it works for Android. That's for planning. For sketching, I recommend Autodesk Sketchbook, which is what used to be Sketchbook Pro. That is a universal. You can use it on a phone, iPad, tablet, computer, absolutely everything. You can use it on anywhere, even on really old tablets. And it's free now. It's gone freemium. So you get the full program. And then Carrie and Vicky will do their own lists of what they've found and what they've found useful. Carrie has all sorts of really useful little apps that she uses that work together. Metamoji Note. Oh, here's Mimi. Hi, Mimi. Metamoji Notes works great if you need to sync between iOS and Android. Yes, that's what I found. I started using it because I have an iPhone and an Android tablet. And yeah, Metamoji Notes, I think I found from you, actually, on your YouTube channel. And it was shortly after that I thought, hang on a minute, we should get her helping us out for this digital thing. And of course, if you already do digital planning or digital sketching or digital journaling or whatever, or you just have a recommendation for an app, go to our Facebook page and put it on there. Share it with the rest of the group, you know, until we get our... sorry, I've got a bit of hay fever, so I'm a bit sniffly. Until we get our subscribers on our YouTube channel up to 1,000 and get our URL and community going, we're going to stick with the Facebook page. Once we have the Facebook page will always be there just for catch-all because a lot of people use it. But once we have the community tab on our One Book July YouTube, you'll be able to post there. So you'll be able to recommend apps, you'll be able to post your own, if you're doing videos, you'll be able to post your own links, post your own playlists, and of course you can do that on the Facebook page. This is a community thing. Don't think that, oh, you know, I only do blog posts, so I'm not a YouTuber, so therefore I can't share. If you're doing blog posts because you're doing One Book July and you want to share, go ahead and post it on the Facebook page. That's what it's there for. It's not there for us, it's there for you guys to share as a community. We can't be bothered to set up a blog or whatever. I just suddenly had this idea that this year, if we put everything into a YouTube channel all on its own, then you've got somewhere you can go that has absolutely everything and you can choose where to specialise from there. And it will be easy. And then once we get lots of people joining, hopefully, we can get the community section going, and that's even better for you guys because you can share your videos and stuff. Oh, your comment got deleted because the dog jumped up and helped with the typing. That sounds familiar. Where have I heard that before? Oh, yes, I remember. Maddie. Fancy the digital journaling, picture a day maybe. Yeah, there's even something as simple as, you know, just creating a habit. You know, maybe you don't want to keep something digital all the time, but maybe you want to take a photo a day and write a little bit of journaling about it. That's what Instagram's for, people. And if you want to make it private, you just make your account private and you don't share it with anybody except maybe personal, close friends and family or something like that. Or you can, if you've got Samsung, there's a Samsung scrapbook. I'm pretty sure iPhone has something similar, but I don't know where it is and I haven't found it yet. But it's basically you insert a picture or a photo and then you write about it underneath, and if you want to add a few stickers and washi tape, you can. You just press the button and, you know, here we go. You could even do it, I use Pixar a lot because I like to add writing or stickers to my photos, and then I print them out on my little digital printer and stick it in my journal. That counts as digital journaling too. Don't feel that you must be using a phone to be doing digital journaling. Maybe you just want to keep a digital photo every day, or maybe you just want to make sure you update everything. You know, maybe you want to get into the habit of updating your calendar appointments every day at the same time for a whole month, because that's how long it takes to get a habit going. You know, use it for whatever you need it for. That's what this challenge is for. It's not a challenge to say you win or lose. It's a challenge to get you thinking about trying different things, seeing what works, and giving you an opportunity to say, okay, I've been thinking about trying this for a while. Let's do it for July. Let's try it with other people, where you've got lots of other people that you can go on the Facebook page and say, I'm trying to use this and I have no idea what to do with it. I need to do this. I need to track moods. How do I track moods? I need a simple to-do list that is just a to-do list. How do I do that? Ask for recommendations. There are people out there who will be able to tell you. Adobe Sketch is a good sketch app, yes. It's only compatible with Adobe Android 5, I believe. Hang on, let me check. What am I on? About Android 5. Yes, it's only Adobe Sketch is only available for Android 5 and up. And it's only available for iPhone 6 and up, because I've got a 5S and it doesn't work on mine. It's not available. You've got to have a certain amount of oomph to use it. But yes, it is extremely good. I wish it was available for my tablet because I would use it all the time. It's very much more pressure sensitive than the Sketchbook Pro. But I'll be talking about that next time. Cody, if you want to come, I'll try and let you know when the... it'll probably be a similar time next week, to be honest, that I do my sketchbook introduction, my digital sketching introduction. If you want to come along and sit in chat and answer questions and help people out and put in links, just let me know. I'll make you a moderator. You can come and share what information you've got. Or if you want to go on Facebook and go post on the page a whole list of different things that you found useful, go ahead. That's what it's all there for. This is a community thing. It's not just us going, oh, this is what we do, follow us. That's not what it's about. You use your Samsung calendar for appointments and that's it. Yeah. How do you use it for appointments though? Do you have one of those fancy new calendars? Like I just discovered yesterday, not only can I put in my calendar the appointment with a note, you know, it alarms like 2 hours in advance. By the way, you need to get ready to go out because you've got to be there in 2 hours. Not only will it do that, it will account for the fact, you tell it how many miles you've got to travel and whether you're going by car or bus, and it'll look it up on Google Maps to see if there's traffic in the area and tell you how long your journey's going to take, and remind you and say, oh, there's bad traffic on such and such a road, you're going to need to leave 10 minutes early. I'm like, what? How did this happen? One of the reasons we wanted to do this is because technology has come such a long way in 5 years that we've been doing this. 5 years ago, there was so little that you could do digitally that was cross-platform, and now everything is available everywhere. OneNote is available on every single mobile device, app, computer. It's available on Mac. 5 years ago, it wasn't available on Mac. You know, we've come such a long way in 5 years. And not only that, but people who 5 years ago didn't even own a smartphone are now saying, you know, actually, this technology thing is quite good and I've got an iPad. Or they've done away with their desktops because they don't need a computer at home because they've got a little tablet thing that they got for Christmas. It's fantastic and it's really exciting. And I think this is the year to jump in there and try it out. That's all it's about. It's not a challenge to see, oh, can you do this for 31 days and only this? It's an opportunity for you to try things that you've maybe been putting off for a while. Sorry, I'm just scrolling back. So many options, not sure what to do yet. Yeah, there is a lot of options. If you get overwhelmed, start with one book, one pen, 1 month and go from there. Maybe you want to add in your phone, you know. That's the whole point of it. You start with one book, one pen, 1 month. And if, like Carrie, 1 week before we went live with the original challenge, she said, and I believe this is pretty much verbatim, I cannot organise 7 kids, 3 jobs, a YouTube channel, a blog, a husband and a hockey team in one colour of pen. It's not happening. If you know that that's you, do like Carrie did and get a 10 colour Calito and use it all together. Can we have a diary for our general use? You can have whatever you want, Risha. That's the whole point. You can have anything you want. If you want to keep your planner exactly as it is and just try a bit of digital tasks or tracking or whatever, you can. Keep a digital journal, you know, do whatever works for you. That we're not saying you have to do or you can't do anything. Whatever works for you. I'm not giving up my paper planner because although I have 2 phones and a tablet, my tablet is not reliable and my phones don't sync with each other. So there is no way I am giving up my paper planner. It's just not happening. But I'm going to try it. Maybe try 1 book, 1 phone and 1 supply bag. Oh, do you know, that's actually quite a good challenge, Mrs. Beebe. Considering some people's what's in my bag 1 book July specials, that is a very good challenge. Travel light. Could you get by with just your phone and a Field Notes notebook instead of the tote bag that you normally carry. Seriously considering short hair because of having hot flashes. Oh, it's great having short hair. You know the best thing about having short hair? You can literally bend over the sink, turn on a tap, run water through your hair, and then grab a towel, and you've cooled yourself off. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. More of a suitcase, yeah. One with wheels, of course. Or one of those that you can sit on and trail it, you know, hang a backpack on the side and just... I have several TNs with their own purposes and we'll be using all of those. One TN for one subject and I'll be doing videos about it. Yeah, that's another great way of interpreting the challenge. That, actually, Christy, that's a lot like what Vicky normally does. She has one book for this, one book for that, one book for that. If your one book is 6 books for 6 different things, that's fine. Do that. Is it like one diary and one pen? Yeah, Rishi, the point of the challenge is to get back to basics with your planner or your journal, depending on what you want to do. So if you literally want to use one diary and one pen because you don't plan, some people the very first year were not planners. They'd never used a planner. They didn't know how to use a planner. So they got a little pocket diary and one pen and they tried it out for the month. So you could be coming from either end. Either you're a very complex planner or you're not a planner at all but you want to try it. Or maybe you're a planner but you're not a journaler. Interpret it how you want to do it from wherever you're coming from. So if you're not, you sound like somebody who's not really a planner, Rishi. If that's you, then yeah, one diary and a pen, and maybe throw in your phone as well, because it's a digital challenge, you might as well if you're not a planner already. And just see how you get on. You know, take the opportunity to spend the month looking at different options and seeing what might work for you. Perfect. Yeah. One really big suitcase, or even one of those little golf cart type things that they have in airports where you can load it up with a couple of suitcases. Maybe do that. And then you've got 2 seats in the front so you can have somebody with you to help unload the suitcases. Okay, any more questions? Anybody got any more questions? If you've got questions, now is the time to put it on. Anybody else think she'd be great on a radio? You've got a great voice. Oh, thanks, Bev. I actually do a podcast over on my Patreon. I do a astrology podcast. I used to do another podcast, but I haven't done it in a long time. Maybe I'll resurrect it at some point. Oh, I'm so snuffly. Sorry. Very high pollen count today. I woke up with one eye closed. I had the Forrest Whitaker eye. Any more questions? I'm going to close it down to questions any minute now. While we're doing questions, shall I show you what I'm using as my planner at the moment? Because I haven't really shown this. This is what happens when you are thinking about One Book July. It's on my Patreon. The astrology podcast is on my Patreon, BB. It's the link is down below in the description. Yeah, Forrest Whitaker eye. You know, the coloured guy with the eye that kind of... He's got a droopy eye, hasn't he? Or droopy muscle in his eye. Yeah, I woke up like that this morning. Hello, Miss Maddie. Do you want to come and say hello? Come on, then. Come and say hello. You've got lots of people waiting to meet you. Come on, Bubsy. Come on. Come on up. Bubsy. Miss Maddie, come on up. No? No? Oh, she's so hot and bothered. She doesn't want to say hello to anybody. She's not in the mood. We'll go play in the hose in a minute. Go hose her off in the garden. Yeah, this is what happens when you don't have internet for a week and you're thinking about One Book July and thinking, what shall I do for my planner? And it's halfway through the year and you're thinking, oh, I'm kind of bored with it. Shall I change to something else? What do I fancy doing? This happens. Courtney, I'm just swapping so that I can see what I'm doing. Courtney has been using the Gibbon Techo. Is that what it's called? Gibbon Techo. Sorry, I can't get my angle right. I got her to send me a photo of what it looked like so that I could try it out, because I liked her planner. So that's what I've been doing. I've been trying it out for the last couple of weeks. So I can do a video on this and, you know, how it's working. But like, this is next week, for instance. So my colour coding is the same as before. So orange, purple and pink are Patreon, Twitch and YouTube respectively, which is work. Then I've got blue is admin, which is either work or sometimes home stuff, but mostly work admin. And then green is anything to do with money. Oh, you can't see it there, sorry. Green is anything to do with money, whether that's work money or not. So if it's highlighted here, that was how many hours I spent doing that. And I'm writing my, like here, I had a block of time there from 1430 to 1700. And that's what I did in that time slot. And then this one, this is pink, so that's YouTube. I was doing One Book July stuff. So that's what I've been playing around with. I can do a proper video on it and show you what I've actually been doing. Because I've changed my camera setup so I can do live videos much more easily. That's what you want to get back to in your bullet journal. Yeah, that's my bullet journal. That's what this is. I really like it because I can schedule. I'm trying to show you. Hang on. But I'm so clever. What I've been doing. Oops, sorry, I didn't have this camera set up, so I haven't got it in focus or anything. But what I'm doing, you can see none of this is highlighted, but this is. That's because this is stuff that I need to do, and this is stuff that I've already done. So it goes from here to down here. So today, for instance, I've done One Book July, actually 3 till, we'll call it 3:30 to 4:30. So 3:30 till 4:30 is that slot there. And then that gives me a break for a snack before I go on Twitch later. My Twitch stream, oh, I've put it in for 4:30. It actually starts at 6:30. So I'll change that. So I can move this. I actually did the planning for that this morning. So that means that bit's done. So One Book July is done there. I did the live One Book July there, and then I done the planning session. I started at 10 till 12. So 10 till 12. And then I did the YouTube stuff I was doing this morning. So I've done the lists and I've done the links, which are all in the video down below. So you see it goes from being up here to being time spent down here. That's how I'm using it. It's really fun. Well, it's fun. That's not the right word, but it's an interesting way of doing it. So for instance, I've got the purple means I've got a Twitch stream tonight. Once I get on Twitch and I decide what I'm going to do for Twitch, I'll write it in here, I'll colour this in and I'll take that bit out. And then I've got that is happening there tomorrow, penciled in, so I can change it or do extra time or whatever. Yeah, like I said, I'll do a proper video on that for you. But that's roughly how I'm using it at the moment. Similar to the weeks inside the regular Hobonichi. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's almost identical. Makes me want to go back in your bullet journal. Yeah. Hi, Maddie. Everybody's saying hello and giving you belly rubs. Don't you want to come up and say hello? Come up and say hello. Come on, Baba. Come on up. Come on, my Bobby. She's too hot. She doesn't know what to do with herself. My poor sweet baby. She wants a belly rub. There you go. Bullet journaling is hard to stop. Why would you want to stop? I don't do fancy bullet journaling. I don't do fancy headers and stuff. I use stamps and things for my headers. I can't. Who's got time for that? And I use basic highlighters. I don't use a lot of washi tape or anything. I've got planner stickers. I like planner stickers, and I use those to make personal stuff stand out from work. So anywhere there's a sticker, it's personal stuff, as opposed to work stuff. When am I online on Twitch? I have, if you go to twitch.tv/RHOMANY, there is a schedule on there. I do Monday nights UK time, 10:30, which is GMT +1. Wednesday mornings at 10:30, GMT +1. And Fridays at about 6:30, 7:30, depending on when I get back, because I go and do my shopping and then I come back. So it's usually 6:30, but sometimes it's earlier or later. But if you follow me on Instagram at RHOMANY, again, all links are down below. If you follow me on Instagram, I always put in my stories when I'm going to be filming, when I'm going to be going live. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's any more questions, so I hope that's been helpful for you. We're all on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere. Links down below. Again, planning has been overwhelming lately, so One Book July will be a good project. Yes, sometimes you just need a breather, especially at this time of year. A lot of people have either just finished exams or just got kids through a very stressful time at school. You're wrapping up homeschooling. Some people have been doing farmsteading, and obviously spring is incredibly busy. Some people have just, finished working for the year because either they're teachers or they only work during school time because they're stay-at-home mums the rest of the year. There's all sorts of opportunities in July to just chill out and just try something a little bit different. Not least of all because a lot of people are on holiday for a week in July, so you've only got 3 weeks of planning to do instead of 4. So it's a good opportunity to try something different without getting overwhelmed. But as we always say, if something is already working or you can't live without a certain planner, a work planner, or a certain way of doing things, do not stress yourself out going, oh, but I can't use my work planner, I can't do this, can't do that. You can. Don't decide, oh, I can't fit this in because that's the rules. There are no rules. Interpret the rules in your own way for your own situation. And if a system is already working and you need that system, don't mess with it. Maybe take the month to have an opportunity to get rid of any old paperwork or something like that. File stuff away. Do your filing for that planner. Archive stuff. Use the digital option to take photos of stuff that you need to archive and keep it on a disk or on your computer or on Evernote or something. Use the opportunity to set up Evernote for your work planner. But don't mess with the system that is already working that you need. That is the only thing that we always say. Oh, and have fun. That's rule 1. Have fun. If it's not fun, you're doing it wrong. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to stop streaming here because I do need to go and get dog food before I start doing my Twitch stream at 6:30 or 7:30, depending on when I get back. Yeah, just digitising your archive or your planner or something. If doing a digital planner is not for you, use the time to digitise what you've already got. Take the time to write up a list in Google Docs or Excel or whatever of all the archive stuff that you've got and where important things are. You know, it's type up your contacts into your phone with all the emails and things that you've collected in the back of your planner or in the back of your bullet journal all the years. Whatever works for you, that is the point. Whatever works for you. And have fun. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all again next week. Bye!